Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, a lot of opinions on school start times. Now Orange County parents can make their voices heard on when their kids are in class. Plus, with Thanksgiving about 2 weeks away now, all eyes are on Washington. But the big question is, will airports be ready for holiday travel? Here's a live look from D.C. now, where later today, House lawmakers are set to vote on a bill to end the government shutdown. Right now, travelers are hoping that happens sooner rather than later. Now, here's the thing. We're being told it could take some time after the shutdown before airports start to return to normal. That includes Orlando International Airport, and that's where News 6's Tylisa Hampton is live for us this noon. Tylisa, delays and cancellations were mounting there this morning. How are things looking right now?
Well, Justin, compared to this morning, things are just a little bit calmer. You can take a look at this line here behind me. So throughout the time that we've been here, it's been growing, but then lessening, just kind of second by second. Right now, the wait time is 4 to 8 minutes, so it's not too bad for those going through TSA. But that same luck does not take place for everyone, because look here, you can see arrivals and departures. So there are spots of red for canceled and delayed. One woman that we spoke to, she said that her flight had been delayed for an hour, and she is very much ready to go home.
I haven't seen my family for almost 7 days, so I really miss my kids. I was anxious to go see them, and then this delay is kind of really like, I wasn't expecting this. I'm hoping that we're able to go, though, so I'm still being positive.
So hopefully she will finally be able to go home. She says her worst fear right now is not the delay that she currently has, but getting another delay leading to a cancellation. So speaking of cancellations, FlightAware, they have posted for MCO just today that there was around 30 cancellations and around 20 delays. Obviously, you just took a look at the board a couple minutes ago, so you could see that there was not 30 cancellations on the board, but reminder, this morning there were a ton of cancellations, so that attributes to that number. So a reminder for everybody, from airport officials, to arrive at the airport early. They say hopefully 3 hours early before your departure, but before you even come to the airport, to check that flight status to see if it's changed. Reporting in Orlando, I'm News 6's Tylisa Hampton. Back to you.
We'll see if the lawmakers can get something done today. All right, Tylisa, we appreciate it. Hey, it was another cold morning in Central Florida. We had frost and freeze warnings in place. Meteorologist Julie Broughton is in for Candace. We are gradually warming up from here, though, Julie.
Yes, things are improving. So we made it through our 2 cold mornings for Floridians in November. That's enough, right? Here's what it looks like for you right now. This is our Daytona Beach sky cam. Some people are out enjoying a walk on the beach as conditions are really improving today. Right now in Daytona Beach, sitting at 63 degrees with winds coming in out of the west, and most of us have warmed into the 60s. We're already at 65 in Orlando, 64 in Ocala and Wildwood. You were checking in at 63 degrees. This is quite a temperature change over the last 24 hours. On average, we're about 10 to 15 degrees warmer right now than we were yesterday at this time. In fact, yesterday in Orlando, we set record cool highs. We did see some record lows this morning, but we're finished with records for now. Ocala, you fell to 28. Breaking the record of 30, Daytona Beach, you fell to 39, breaking your record of 40. And in Sanford, you also set a record, as did Leesburg, at 37. Now, coming up, we'll talk more about the timing of that warm up and when we'll see temperatures going back into the 80s, Justin.
Not soon enough. All right, Julie, we appreciate it. Well, the Orange County mother arrested for neglect after her 4-year-old twins were injured in a shooting is out on bond. Kishara Goodrum was released just hours after facing a judge yesterday. Deputies say the children were brought to the hospital with gunshot wounds over the weekend. They say the kids got a hold of a weapon after Goodrum left the gun under a couch cushion. Now, the children's father is also out on bond, facing charges of having a gun, even though he's a convicted felon. The Central Florida Expressway Authority is proposing a new toll road to provide some relief to busy Narcoossee Road, but some are pushing back. CFX is holding a public meeting tonight to discuss the design of State Road 534. The proposed 14-mile toll road would run from State Road 417 near Boggy Creek Road in Orange County to Nova Road in Osceola County. Drivers told us they hope the road will improve traffic on Narcoossee.
And everybody else is coming and going. Mornings and 5 o'clock, it's out of control. If people are willing to pay to be on the road, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's busy on days that end in Y. A conservation nonprofit, though, says the expressway would damage the wildlife corridor between southeast Orange and northeast Osceola counties, talking about Split Oak Forest. Tonight's meeting starts at 5:30. It's happening at Toho High School. A virtual meeting is set for tomorrow at 5:30 as well. Orange County Public Schools is asking parents and students, is a different start time what you want? Well, under state law, the district may have to move times. Elementary would start an hour earlier, middle school would start 5 minutes later, and high schools 80 minutes later than it is now. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez is diving into the survey and has more on what parents and students think.
Orange County Public Schools want to know what parents and students think about adjusting the start times for elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools to comply with the new state law. Florida statute mandates that by July 1st, 2026, school districts set middle and high school start times to later in the morning. That would put elementary schools at 7:45, middle schools at 9:35, and high schools at 8:40. Unless the district can provide a report demonstrating the impact of the changes. So enough members of the OCPS community have to make a compelling case as to why the school's schedule should remain unchanged. Now, that survey that they sent out is to gauge what people think about this. Parents and students we spoke to say they'd like to keep it the same.
For us, we're going to have a middle schooler and an elementary school student as of next year. So if they shift those times that we've been planning for, it may end up being kind of tough on us.
I like it how it is, yeah.
A note that precedes the OCPS survey cites research stressing the importance of adequate sleep for middle and high school students, pointing to studies that show later start times can help improve adolescents' mood, attendance, and academic outcomes. The survey is open until Friday, the 21st. We have a link to it over at clickorlando.com. Reporting in Orlando, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
All right, we'll see what happens there. Coming up, the Orlando Magic getting ready to debut their new City Edition uniforms. They are sharp. Take a look here. When you can expect to see the new threads, we blurred them to keep you around. But first,
a tale of two storms. The same road washed out twice. I'm News 6 investigator Erica Bergoglio. Part of the problem leaders say is runoff from a nearby business. Coming up, what's been done and what's going to be done to fix this problem.
Some of us started the day in the 20s, but our big picture, we are improving out there. Winds are relaxing. We'll see a gradual warming trend toward the weekend. We'll time it out for you in minutes.
Taking a live look from our camera in downtown Mount Dora. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Well, a few weeks ago, we had some big-time issues in Mount Dora, and you can see this canyon cut right in the front yard here. The storm hit neighborhoods, some of them harder than others, and News 6 investigator Erica Bergoglio is looking into why.
You can see it ripped out the plumbing, the AC. It's just all gone.
Jose Benitez's home is on the verge of collapse. Flash floods hit his Mount Dora home more than 2 weeks ago. He says the water then swept down to Wolf Branch Road. Crews are repairing Wolf Branch for the second time. The road was damaged during Hurricane Milton in 2024. Recently, Lake County Commissioner Leslie Campione told my colleague Mike Valenti runoff comes from a nursery on Britt Road.
They were trying to pump their water and create some additional storage.
In this letter dated November 2024, Commissioner Campione wrote to the nursery saying in part, quote, "An inordinate amount of runoff is leaving your property during rain events. It is likely you do not have sufficient stormwater storage or infrastructure, which is causing water quality and quantity problems." Lake County tells me the nursery installed a pump to move water from a retention area on the southeast corner of the property to the north side of the property. I called the nursery and spoke with the operations manager. He said the pump has nothing to do with the recent rain event. I also reached out to the St. Johns River Water Management District, which approved the nursery's stormwater upgrades. In a statement, a spokesperson says the nursery's stormwater infrastructure functioned as intended. In Lake County, Erica Bergoglio, News 6.
So Wolf Branch Road is expected to reopen in a few weeks. Leaders say they're planning to raise the road and then add culverts to help handle more runoff. All right, let's get back to your forecast now. It is warming up out there, but boy, was it another chilly morning out there. News 6's meteorologist Julie Broughton joining us now. That cold snap on its way out, and I think a lot of us are rejoicing about that.
Yeah, some spots were in the 20s this morning. Ocala fell to 28. We did have some record lows this morning, but your weather impacts as we take a look ahead through the next several days actually looking good. We're talking about that gradual warming trend. The normal high this time of year is 79, so we'll still be below that the next couple of days, but by the weekend, we're talking about temperatures in the low 80s. So this afternoon and this evening, maybe if you're going out to dinner, you still may want to have a jacket. But for tonight, we won't have any of those winter weather advisories posted that we've had the last couple of nights. And then this weekend, looking good for your outdoor plans. And also I use the car wash graphic to remind myself that I need to be visiting a car wash. So you should be good for that as well if that is in your plans. And our changes are because of a shift in the pattern aloft. So our upper level pattern over the last few days, we've had that big dip in the jet stream, allowing all of that cold air from Canada to surge to the south. As this flattens out, we're seeing temperatures across much of the eastern U.S. beginning to warm. You know, we were brutally cold across much of the eastern half of the United States over the last couple of days. Panama City now up to 66 degrees, and we're sitting at 65 in Orlando as we're seeing that gradual warm up. Here's what it looks like for you right now. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando. Not a cloud in the sky out there. 65 degrees right now. Our winds are much lighter than they were yesterday at this time, coming in out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Just about all of us are in the 60s right now. Ocala, you started in the 20s. You've rebounded nicely, though, sitting at 64 degrees. Wildwood is at 63. Kissimmee, you're at 65 and 66 in Melbourne. Now, here's your hour-by-hour forecast.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
Okay, I want everyone to take a good look at Carol. And Carol likes to sit by her pool and smile. So isn't that so cute? I love her teeth. I think she uses Crest White strips. She's absolutely beautiful. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to send us your pet photos. We love seeing them. Hour by hour, we're keeping our winds out of the north and northwest today. 68 degrees at 2 o'clock. We reach our afternoon high of 69 by 3 o'clock. And then by 4 o'clock, still hanging in the upper 60s. This is the water vapor imagery. Shows us what's going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere regarding moisture levels. Where you see all that orange, that shows us where it is very dry. And we could see that on that downtown Orlando camera we looked at with all that blue sky. So no surprises here on our clouds and rain forecast. This is 8 o'clock. Notice those skies stay clear. And again, the clear skies will again let our temperatures fall cooler than normal tonight, but not as cold as we saw this morning and yesterday. So the bitter cold is behind us for now. So your forecast highs for today, average high 79. We go to 67 in Palm Coast, 71 in Melbourne, 68 in Leesburg, and 67 in Ocala today. Here's how it looks as we take you through your extended forecast. We go to 74 for your high tomorrow, up to 75 on Friday. By the weekend, we are looking at temperatures in the low 80s, and we hang on to those 80s rolling into next week, Justin.
Looking spectacular. All right, thank you, Julie. Coming up on News 6 at 6, Donnelly Street in Mount Dora may be blocked because of last month's historic rainfall, but shop owners downtown want to remind you that doesn't mean the downtown area isn't open.
There's lots of other ways in. I come from Taveri, so I come Old 441 through the back way. So you just come that way, or they've been publicizing it that there's lots of ways to get here.
News 6's Ginger Gadsden and Robert Brewer showing us how to access downtown Mount Dora live from Lake County tonight. And here's a live look at downtown Orlando on this beautiful Wednesday. This is from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. Stick with us. We'll be right back. We are following some breaking news right now at noon. A judge has just issued a ruling in the bond case for Ja'Cory Redding. He's accused of shooting and killing 16-year-old Pinion Dalmasy last month after investigators say they got into a fight at a school in Orange County. News 6's Mark Lehman live at the Orange County Courthouse. He just stepped out and has the update. Mark?
Yeah, it was right around the top of our newscast. The judge issued her ruling, deciding the state showed enough evidence to keep the 15-year-old suspect in jail. And that's after we learned many more details about the October shooting that happened near Oak Ridge High School, including never before seen video. And we learned more about the history of this suspect. Now, 15-year-old Ja'Cory Redding was in court this morning as the state asked the judge to keep him in jail while awaiting trial. Redding faces manslaughter charges and is being tried as an adult in the shooting death of 16-year-old Pinion Dalmasy. According to Orange County deputies, Redding shot the victim on a basketball court hours after a confrontation in a hallway at Oak Ridge High. Today, the state brought up the lead homicide detective in the case. He went through never-before-seen cell phone video and images showing the moments leading up to the gunfire. Deputies say Redding went back to Oak Ridge High after the shooting, and today the detective spoke about discipline history with the Orange County schools, saying he's been disciplined 39 times, 17 of those for violence. Now, the defense argued that history was over the course of 7 years. Today, there was also discussion about how Redding claimed he was defending himself and was in fear for his life when the shots were fired. And the state also spoke about a journal that was recovered from Redding after he was taken to the Orange County Jail. Deputies say that journal had a drawing showing a person with gunshot wounds matching the victim. Again, after all of this evidence was discussed in court today, the judge issued that ruling deciding to keep the 15-year-old suspect at the Orange County Jail. He now has an in-jail arraignment that is scheduled for tomorrow morning. For now, reporting live in Orange County, Mark Lehman, News 6.
A big update there, Mark. We appreciate the update. Well, check out the all-new primetime lineup on News 6 tonight. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news. On News 6 tonight, that's at 9 o'clock. Go in-depth as we track the latest weather developments and answer those weather-related questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kegas at 9:30, and then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Just search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Taking a live look now from our Launch Credit Union Port Cam out over at Port Canaveral. Just beautiful blue skies out there. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back. Hey, have you seen this? Orlando Magic unveiled some brand new uniforms. Here's a look at the team's new City Edition threads. They pay tribute to the team's history. They show off multiple eras and beloved classics, including that throwback and fan favorite Magic script with the iconic star as the A right there playing a central role. The Magic, they're going to wear these uniforms 6 times this year, with the first happening November 20th against the Clippers. So, and they are also for sale if you want to buy that, if that's, you know, tickling your fancy a little bit. Hey, you may have seen an incredible sight in the sky last night if you were up. We're talking about the Northern Lights. It was incredible. I'm jealous for the folks who did get to see it. And here's a look if you missed it. This is a picture sent to us from a viewer in Winter Springs. Just beautiful pink hue to the sky right there. And we also have a view from northern Volusia County. Those pinks, those purples, all coming together to make this beautiful scene. Now, this all happens when electrically charged particles from the sun collide with the Earth's atmosphere. Normally, it's only seen in spots way farther north, but because a powerful solar storm was happening, it brought them closer to us. And if you happen to get a picture, please send that to us through our Pin It page on clickorlando.com. Beautiful clear skies out there. And
yeah,
I mean, it looked like dawn this morning because we had some beautiful sunrises as well. Yeah. That's what we got to see. We didn't get to see the northern lights.
Right. We were going night-night.
We're trying to.
Yeah. Here's what you can expect as we move through the day today. We started out record lows in some spots. You were in the 20s in parts of Marion County. 69 for our high today. And then tonight, still about 10 degrees colder than normal. Starting the day tomorrow around 49. We go into the 70s tomorrow, 75 by Friday. We're seeing a gradual warm up, looking really great by the weekend. If you like it on the warm side, we will be in the low 80s. We should be mostly dry. We may bring a chance of a few showers in the picture early next week, but nothing significant. So we're in good shape.
It looks awesome. All right, thank you, Julie. Switch over to the News 6 Plus streaming app or clickorlando.com to watch News 6 Extra. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great day.